Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, it's still Moneyline with me, Nancy. And joining me right now, my guest, to my immediate right is Professor Uka Ezenwe, an Emeritus Professor of Economics from the University of Abuja. Professor Ezenwe, good to have you on the program again. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.
How are you doing today?
Very fine, thank you.
Welcome. Dr. Akin Fapohunda is to my immediate left. He is the Executive Director at AFLON Digital Institute. Dr. Fapohunda, good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers. Nice to be back on the set again.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Now, let's get started. Let me start with you, Prof. Elections have been postponed to Saturday, 23rd. Tell me, when you got the news, how did you react to it?
Nancy, to be very frank with you, I was confused. As a matter of fact, I decided to go and vote that morning. And I woke up very early. I think I woke up to 6. And I was looking for, first of all, I called my driver. Because where I registered, where I live, where I'm supposed to go and vote, is quite a distance. And I know that from 6, vehicular movement will be restricted. So I wanted to beat that. But as I was trying to run around, my daughter called me and said, "What is happening?" He heard that the election has been postponed. I said, "You must be joking." So I don't know how to explain it, because I know that everybody was in the voting mood at the time when the news came. And you know, the thing was, I'm told that that announcement was made somewhere around 2:30 a.m.
Yes, it was made in the wee
That
hours
was
of
the
morning.
time, as Oshimole put it, that was the time when almost decent Nigerians were sleeping. So I don't know how anybody expected anybody to knew that the thing had been postponed. So to put it mildly, it was I was sad.
Doctor, were you as sad as Prof on Saturday?
Well, good morning, viewers again. Actually, I was sad, but in the last couple of hours, I don't know, feel bad, except that I just feel let down by our country. The cost of incompetence, that we have no ability to do anything conclusively. And I started thinking, look, we have capacity in the country and we don't use it. I belong to Nigerian Computer Society of Nigeria. We offered INEC, our members, 8,000 strong. A committee was set. We are not called back again, despite all entreaties. And this morning, Nigerian Society of Engineers, the president, Engineer Mukulu, made the release that they also approached INEC to help them with about 60,000 members of engineering society in every chapter all over the country. They wrote a letter to INEC, it was not acknowledged. Why do we just ignore intellect? Why do we ignore service offered free of charge? Why do we just keep awarding contracts and doing things as if we don't have education in our country? In fact, that's the reason why ASU are being on strike. That's the reason why ASUP are being on strike. We just don't value the use of education into anything that we do. And if you have to know, everything we have done in this country, SIM card registration never worked. PVC registration, it hasn't worked. NIMSI ID card, it hasn't worked. Census, it hasn't worked. Now elections, it has not worked. We need to have a conversation in this. I'm no longer angry at all. It's like you have a mentally retarded child. What do you do? Being angry doesn't solve the problem, in all honesty. We should just need to converse in this our country that, look, something is missing, because by just burning candles at both ends. And so I was angry. I was up till 3 a.m. I actually got the announcement live. You know, I'm a night person. So I was angry, but overnight I'm no longer angry. I just feel we can sit down. Even just maybe cancel the election. Let's just, what is this election about really, seriously? Let's rethink.
If you cancel it, to do what?
No, I'm just saying, if you, I mean, I know it's not possible
Possible,
anyway.
yeah.
But if you are really serious, we have to go to the depth of our soul.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from, because I can understand you're very emotional about this right now.
Absolutely.
That what are these elections actually for if we cannot have a system that is working, isn't it? I think that's where Doctor is coming from, but you just put it like that.
Yeah. We have to have elections.
Yes, we have to have
it. Can't do anything.
Yes.
No water, no water, no electricity. No
every other country in the world does it.
Now the posts are not working. We cannot even deliver things in our country. Yet there is 9 posts. Why is there 9 posts in this? And the INEC chairman said, what is logistics? If you are not capable, what does DHL do? What does FedEx do? They deliver just in time. In snow, in harmattan, in hurricane, they deliver. We are saying, oh, a little weather, a little cloud in the sky.
And in fact, even the weather people has also come out to say, no, don't call us so, that we are not also part of it, that there was good weather. They try to exonerate themselves.
Foreseen anyway.
Yeah, that could have also been foreseen. So and also, yes. That's if indeed it was weather, that could have also been foreseen and plans made. Now, if we take a look at the cost of this postponement, because just like Doctor said, I'm also a night person, and I got the information.
I don't know what it means. I'm not a night person.
Wake up late. We sleep late and wake up. Wake up late.
Yes. No. But I sleep late and wake up early. Night person. Okay. So I sleep late, but I still wake up early. Let me put it that way. Why I alluded to that fact is, I got the news when it was breaking, and I was even confused, because I was like, oh no, because we had the rumors, they were going to postpone, they were not going to postpone. So we had, INEC was kept assuring us. So when I saw the news, I was not confused that, is Nancy behind the news, or the news is ahead of me? But having said that, I tried to put some figures to this in terms of the cost of postponement, the cost of the election shift. And I was like, okay, let's take a look at even the financial cost. People have traveled, accommodation booked, foreign observers, even journalists here in AIT. AIT deploys a lot of journalists
around the country
to different parts of the country. And I wondered, will that cost again be made? Will you send people to go start traveling on Friday? Then the human cost to it, which I also want us to quantify, the human cost, the risk. We know what our roads are like these days, because most of those people that travel through the road. So, Prof,
in terms of costs, Nancy, I would like us to look at the costs from 2 broad angles: quantifiable and non-quantifiable costs. Let us start with non-quantifiable costs. That is things you cannot measure. For example, integrity of INEC now is at stake. Image of INEC now is at stake. Embarrassment to Nigeria is now a problem. Perception of the world about Nigeria and Nigeria's ability to solve simple problems. Borders were closed.
Yes.
International borders were closed. Impact of this postponement on voter apathy.
Yes.
These are non-quantifiable variables, parameters you cannot easily quantify. But the more disturbing ones, I think, are the quantifiable variables. First of all, in financial terms, a total of 242.5 billion naira, total figure approved for this election. 189.21 billion naira was given to INEC. The security agencies, 53.42 billion naira for this election. So in total, you're talking of 242.42 billion naira. That is the financial side at the national level. Okay? Now, look at look at the logistics of INEC sending their staff to 176,000 polling units.
In fact, the INEC chairman said it was 119,373 polling units in the country.
What they said earlier,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
that
119,000.
But even if you are working
Which
with
he made on
176,000
Saturday.
or 179,000, imagine that across 774 local government areas, 6 states plus
Abuja.
FCT Abuja. In that alone, the logistics, the cost of transport, movement on bad Nigerian roads, and the security of this going to all these places. That is just on the next side. And their ad hoc,
Staff.
ad hoc and regular staff. And unfortunately, coppers have always borne the brunt of elections. You know what happened in 2011? When 9 of them were brutally murdered in cold blood.
And we've not heard about
and nothing was done about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the parents or the families of those people were paid adequate compensation. So the same thing we're repeating again. That is on the INEC side. At the national level, I have seen estimates ranging from Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They estimated that 1.5 billion US dollars must have been lost. That is honest. If you multiply that with current exchange rate of 360, you're getting 540 billion Nigerian naira. There are other estimates. I saw one from NANS, 150 billion naira. There are other estimates ranging from that 150 to 400. But anyway, these figures, we can just tinker with them for purposes of discussion. But the actual figure will require field work and an extensive interview. But that said, this postponement has cost the country so much. If you go to political parties themselves,
I was coming to that.
That is another area.
Yeah.
Sending agents to 176,000 polling units. Cost of, because they have to pay these agents. You remember if you listen to the press conference given by the chairman, when Oshimelo was demanding compensation. Yeah. And that is only for his own party. They are not talking of the other parties. Remember that we have 73 presidential candidates.
91 political parties.
So we are talking of 2 now. So this gives you some mental picture of the amount of resources that have been filtered on this postponement.
Doctor, you want to come in here?
Absolutely. Look, our international passport has been devalued just like that. I pity anybody going overseas now, appearing in Heathrow or New York. I pity Nigerians appearing in embassies now looking for visa. If I were an American myself, I would look at you, a Nigerian, you can't even do anything. What's the cost of that to the country? How do you calculate the cost?
That was what Prof was actually
on
saying.
The flag of the country.
Integrity,
and then let's come down to my constituency, the schools. I run a secondary school, and I know the cost to parents.
You gave the midterm lead.
Yes, I was coming to that. Schools and schools. Yes, had
but then, for the next 4 months, we don't know what's happening because the frights of parents. Can I be in my house now and leave my child in the boarding house in any school, even with this postponement? Because we have lost confidence now, the next 1 month is a very bad month psychologically for everyone in the country. Okay, too bad that this is the period we are preparing for JAMB exams. We're supposed to be preparing now for the students to study and do well. Now there is dislocation. So this year generation of SS3 students now, they will bear the brunt of this psychological dislocation that we have in the country. And then all the university students, 2 million students in the university, they just came back from a 3-month strike. I can also say
3 months. It was more than 3 months.
Well, about 90 days. About 90 days. Now they just about
I think about 10 weeks strike or so.
So now, for the next 1 month or so, what's going to happen? 2 million strong, middle, young Nigerians, they are lecturers, they are all going to be in Libya, because whether we like it or not, this question mark on our nation last Saturday will continue for the next 1 or 2 months, and everything, people just put the cost on yesterday, GDP or whatever. It's not a one-day cost. It's virtually a permanent cost. And then all the governments now ask a question, all this printing that we are doing, what is election? We are printing. Are we so daft now in this country that we cannot print locally? There is security printing and making company in Nigeria. Why are we printing tax? Nothing arrived from overseas. We are printing envelopes. We are just making capital to go out of the country.
Now that brings me to the question, because when I look at all the states, the question that also came to my mind is, can the electoral process mirror the reforms in the financial system? Because it seems, when I mean financial system, I mean like the IT reforms happening in financial system right now.
I have a point on that. You know, of all the things I read that before, SIM card, PVC, census, NIMSI, they are all government-led programs. But BVN was driven by the private sector. And value for money are be obtained. I think there's a reckoning between government-led anything and private sector initiative.
I think also, let me bring Prof here, because at that press conference that the INEC chairman gave that Saturday afternoon, he was also asked, you know, about reforms and changes. And he did say, okay, that there must be a conversation after these elections, whether we like it or not. And I think that part of that conversation should be, how do we make our electoral process more efficient and more effective, as well as transparent? That was what I thought about in terms of reforming the electoral process or the political process wholesomely to mirror what is happening in the financial institution. If you go to any bank, for example, you can be able to withdraw. You take your card, what they call the ATM card, you can withdraw from anywhere.
This has been said repeatedly.
So why can't we begin to have that conversation seriously?
The level,
that will make everyone vote wherever you are.
Advancement in information technology now is such. Look at a country like India. India is 1.3 billion people. We're less than 200 million. But India can organize an election and get the result within days, 2-3 days. Why can't we take advantage of advancement in technology? Why is everything here different? Why is everything we do different? Why do we have to invent the wheel all the time?
No, the political class,
it is
just
because
put
the
themselves
political class
in a silo.
Vested interest are interested in doing things the way we're doing it, so that they'll be taking us back each time. Each time they take us miles and miles back than where we were before.
Now, the question also would be, with what we've seen that has happened, the postponement of the elections, you know, we are going to be having elections now, hopefully, on the 23rd, because why I say hopefully, I want to say we really don't know. Would that also be a guarantee? The question right now on the lips of Nigerians would be, will it be compromised within Saturday and next Saturday?
The bottom line is that intention and good feelings is separate from reality. Look, in Nigeria, the public service is really down. We don't have public servants anymore. Federal Secretariat, you go there by 11, they are not on seat. I don't know Nigerians. There is no discipline. In our own time, 7:30 you are late, you are hurrying to meet, to be on your desk. The people in INEC, they are all Nigerians. All they are interested in is the allowance they will collect for this weekend, and the allowance they collected last weekend is already expired. They want to collect more. That's just the truth of the matter. So there is no guarantee, because the INEC chairman is sitting in Abuja. Abuja is not Nigeria now. He can say, oh, I guarantee. He's orderly standing behind him, doesn't even take him very serious. Let's be honest. You know, let's just pray to God. We always say, oh, God is in control. But thinking that we have an ironclad guarantee that things will work, they are okay. they are not going to modify card readers in 4 days. Where is the contingency for that? Where is the fail-proof system? And I'm surprised there's no dry run 1 month ago if you do fire drill.
Yes.
Is it not?
Yes.
There's no record there was any drill before the D-Day. You know, we don't do things properly.
Now, does that also bring us to the question of INEC doing a lot? Should INEC be unbundled? INEC is involved in many processes. Should INEC be unbundled, or should other agencies or other, bodies, professional bodies, help INEC?
I think the question would be, would INEC want to be
unbundled?
That's the point.
Would INEC, because if they allow that, then some of this problem can easily be resolved.
Absolutely.
And are you sure that INEC, that is supposed to be independent, is really independent? How do you guarantee that? This thing you are saying that, okay, at the electoral level, people suffered a lot as a result of this postponement. People have marriages, burials, all sorts of events and all that. And they shifted by 1 week. And some people shifted their own decision by 1 week. So next week now,
yes,
you don't know what will happen again.
Yes.
Now, something you were not able to do over this long period of time. What is the guarantee that in this next few days, you will do the magic? We pray, but the Bible is very clear on prayer. Prayer without
work is dead.